Hello and welcome to Round 4 Flicks. Today we'll share our recommendations for the top 10 most popular sci-fi shows that will shock you with their inventive plots and increase your imagination. Although we have previously talked about many sci-fi shows, it is difficult to cover them all in one video. But these 10 are some of our favorites, and we recommend them to all sci-fi aficionados. Please let us know in the comments which sci-fi series is your favorite. Let's now begin the video. Number 10. Lost in Space. Irwin Allen is the creator of this science fiction action-adventure series. The series takes place in 2046, after a catastrophic incident that threatens mankind's survival on Earth. The main plot follows the intergalactic travels of the Robinson family, who are selected for the Resolute's 24th journey, which transports qualified people and families to settle on an Earth-like planet and start a new life. Before reaching their destination, an unknown attack caused the main spacecraft to become stuck, causing Robinson's spaceship to separate and fall into a strange planet inhabited by terrifying creatures. Terrified and unaware of how far they have traveled from their starting point, they must form new friendships and work together to survive as they struggle to find a way back to the Resolute. If you think this is a kids' show, you're wrong, because there are numerous breathtaking alien versus human action space battle sequences, and certain scenes with mind-blowing CGI that are a pleasure to watch. Number 9. Devs. Alex Garland is the director of this science fiction tech thriller miniseries. The main character of the story is Lily Chan, a talented software developer who works for Amaya. The main plot begins when Lily, terrified by her boyfriend's abrupt absence, discovers a connection between his strange disappearance and his first day of work at Devs Inquiring. After feeling terrified by his unexpected disappearance, Lily quickly determines that all of the evidence points to the enigmatic CEO of Forest Amaya, so she establishes the company's covert research unit in an effort to uncover the company's secretive information. Lily embarks on a quest for information, and along the way she discovers that her boyfriend's abduction was the consequence of a technical conspiracy. What grabs your attention is how he vanished and the tech plot. It shares certain parts with Black Mirror and sounds similar, but the execution spoils the potential of its creative idea. Excellent photography and a great concept in terms of science and quantum physics are the advantages. Slow speed and bad execution are the negatives. Number 8. Future Man. I haven't heard enough people discuss this sci-fi adventure comedy show, and I think genre aficionados should pay it more attention. The show revolves around Josh Futterman, a gamer who once beat a game that was thought to be unbeatable. His joy at beating the game is dampened by two mysterious guests, who oddly enough look like characters from the game he just beat. They claim they were sent back in time to find Josh, and persuade him that he is the only one who can stop the threat and save the war world. Josh is still unsure if it's all real, but he is forced to travel with them, and travel back in time to fight evil powers in order to rescue humanity. Simply defined, the series is pure mayhem with plenty of comedy and horrific action. This might replace The Boys Show as your favorite show, because it combines time travel with science fiction. Do not overlook this. Number 7. Upload. Science fiction has much more to offer than just space opera, alien invasions and robot versus human conflict, as evidenced by this highly entertaining drama with a distinctive futuristic premise. The story takes place in a distant future where death is no longer the end, but instead opens a door to a virtual world. In this highly evolved reality, people have the capacity to upload themselves into a computerized paradise of their choice, which is both cool and terrible. The story's main character, Nathan Brown, is a software engineer who passes away unexpectedly, and is sent to the opulent afterlife selected by his envious girlfriend Ingrid. Up until this point, the plot has been happy, but the shocking revelation about Nathan's death causes everything to change, and the question of who killed him and why keeps you curious, while the story's compelling sci-fi theme and its endearing characters never cease to amuse you. Number 6. Memories of the Alhambra. The show centers on Eugene Wu, the head of an investment firm, who discovers about a unique augmented reality video game about epic battles in the Alhambra, and travels to Spain to meet Yung Si-ju, the creator of the game. Unfortunately, Si-ju had vanished before they met, and Jin Woo had rested at the hostel managed by Si-ju's older sister, Jing Hee-ju. As they get to know one another, they get involved in mysterious game-related events, and the line dividing the real world from the augmented reality world SI created begins to disappear. Although becoming somewhat predictable, the show has a fascinating concept for the future of augmented reality games that is worth viewing, and its spectacular visual effects are just another fantastic aspect. The story's insignificant romance component is the sole flaw that some fans can find irritating. Number 5. War of the Worlds. It's possible that you've heard of or even seen this show if you've seen the movie War of the Worlds. In practically every manner, the series is different from the movie, which can be both a strength and a weakness. The plot of the story begins with a mysterious space signal that some scientists on Earth mistake for a contact with friendly alien beings wanting for a conversation. However, once a legion of warships unexpectedly invades Earth a few days after the science transmission was intercepted, it quickly becomes apparent that aliens are not what humans previously believed them to be. The Earth was destroyed before humanity could understand it or respond, and those who survived had to leave or escape the creatures that were attempting to murder them. Seasons 1 and 2 were both excellent, but Season 3 was much better. Overall, the series is dark and action-packed, but its slow-moving plot is its biggest flaw. Otherwise, it offers a superb cast and some truly unique variations on the familiar alien invasion. Number 4. Counterpart. It is a sci-fi suspense drama starring J.K. Simmons. Although this show's main concept involves a parallel universe, which is nothing new for sci-fi fans, it still differentiates itself from the other shows on this list, because of the suspenseful element that so expertly combines with its sci-fi component, and keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. The story centers on Harvey Silk, an agent who discovers that his workplace is protecting a portal to an alternate reality. After discovering the organization's secret, Howard is captured into a sinister web of political conspiracy, secret operations and spies, where he accidentally becomes involved in a major conspiracy and encounters his identical twin from an alternate reality. Harvey and his version must figure out a method to stop a conflict from starting, while the organization conceals the portal from the public, and influential individuals on both sides plot to upset the natural balance of both worlds. There is action where it needs to be, but if you're hoping for over-the-top sci-fi action or CGI, this isn't the movie for you because the plot requires thought to become immersed in. The plot had a satisfying resolution, and the show terminated after 2 seasons. Number 3. The Expanse. The epic 6-season science fiction series that will test your capacity for imagination. We won't be talking about the full series in order to prevent important plot aspects from being revealed. I'll give a brief synopsis of the first season's story and a general comprehension of the show's major storylines so you can start watching. The first episode of the series is set in a time when people have colonized the 3 main powers of Earth, and the solar system space is dominated by Mars and the outer planets. The first season centers on Detective Josephus Miller, whose job it is to find a missing woman. It is at this point that strange things begin to occur when a straightforward missing person case reveals a sinister conspiracy that threatens the entire planetary system. The remaining series and season center on Jim Holden, a rebel ship's captain who becomes involved in the investigation into the mystery of the case that drives them to travel to new places and new worlds in an effort to uncover the deadliest conspiracy in human history. The rest of the series explores the mystery of the plot as well as the military war and resistance between the 3 groups that impede Jim Holden's attempt to salvage what's left of the universe. This is the most spectacular and next-level epic sci-fi of all time. Do not miss it. Number 2. Person of Interest. Jonathan Nolan is the creator of this sci-fi crime drama series. The main character of the story is successful software engineer Harold Finch, who developed a project for the government called the Machine that combines all relevant data and can anticipate crimes before they happen. The first season introduces the characters and gives some history on the underlying technology. In several incredibly emotional scenes from the second season, you can similarly sense the show's promise in the future. In the third and fourth seasons, a complicated plot with an excellent balance of humor and action was developed. New characters are introduced while the plot is wrapped up in the 5th season. The show illustrates the dangers brought on by technology. Also, each scene in this show is crucial since it sets up the subsequent one. If you've watched the Tom Cruise movie Minority Report, you may easily relate to this show, which can hold your interest if you're looking for something new to watch. Number 1. ARCANE. It is an action-adventure steampunk television series set in the fictional universe of the League of Legends games. ARCANE may or may not belong in science fiction or fantasy, so I guess that steampunk's futuristic scenario has a sci-fi backdrop, yet fantasy is the main theme. The story revolves around the two cities of Zaun and Piltover, who are poised to go to war while Zaun's underground metropolis is suffering from their ire at Piltover's advancement, which sparks a revolution. The story centers on two sisters, Powder and Violet, who are on opposing sides, and their relationship naturally acts as a focal point for the story. On the other hand, the battle between the Zaun and Piltover has reached a breaking point, and the availability of powerful magical items is exacerbating the situation, further as both sides struggle for control over one another. Overall, ARCANE is without a doubt this decade's best video game adaptation. It has strong visual appeal because to its amazing world design, outstanding animation, and superb background music. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel to view future videos about suggested movies and television shows.